Welcome back, everyone, to a story that proves, once again, Maxie tells Lulu exactly what she thinks about her friend dating Nathan, and Britt informs Jack who the real enemy is. Friday, March 6th, 2026. Today, on General Hospital, Carly and Valentine finally give in to their passion. Obrecht tells her family she's leaving town, and Trina's friends push her to embrace her talents. Kai, Trina, Gio, and Emma hang out at the surf lodge. Emma reveals she got an alert from the HOH that someone suspects a dog is in the building. Gio promises not to bring Fizz around anymore, but Kai has an idea. Kai says they can be given a pass if they sign Fizz up as a support dog. That's when a waitress delivers a cupcake, and Trina surprises Kai as it's his birthday. When she sings happy birthday to him, she earns the table free drinks as she impresses the patrons. This gives Gio an idea. Gio explains that Charlie's is reopening, and Christina is starting an open mic night. He thinks Trina should sign up, and the others encourage her to do it. Mooter knows best. Obrecht meets with Nina and Nathan at Crimson to try to sort out the situation between Nathan and Maxie before she leaves town. Obrecht explains she's been invited to a medical conference in New Zealand. Nathan reminds his mother that Maxie has moved on, and so has he. When Obrecht learns about Lulu, she's furious, and even more so that Nina knew about this and encouraged it. Nathan notes this is his life to figure out. Maxie chose Spinelli, and he wants him and Lulu to figure this out on their own. Maxie's not having a good day. Lulu drops by Maxie's office, where her friend is dealing with the mess Lucy got them into with Sidewell. Lulu says he came here because of something else that happened while she was gone. Lulu tells Maxie that she and Nathan got close while Maxie was in her coma. Maxie asks her to help her understand this. Lulu explains she was trying to help Nathan get to know James, and during all the issues with Rocco's trouble and Valentine's escape, they found themselves together more and more, and they became involved. Lulu swears they didn't plan this, and they ended things when she woke up. Maxie asked if they slept together, and Lulu asserts that it never went that far. Lulu stepped away and wanted her friend to have her husband back. Maxie notes she chose Spinelli. Is that what Lulu wanted to hear? Did she come to get permission to be with Nathan? Lulu says she came to be honest with her, and Nathan has a right to move on just as Maxie has. Maxie agrees, just not with her. What's next for Carly and Valentine? At Carly's, she and Valentine discuss whether Joss would really turn them in. At first, Carly thinks she would only turn Valentine in, but has to admit Joss has changed, and this goes deeper than the WSB and Jack. She explains Joss joined the WSB to bring Sonny and people like him to justice. She blames herself for all the choices Joss has made, as she brought Sonny into their lives. Carly cries that when she was looking into Joss's eyes, it was like looking at her younger self, the one determined to destroy her mother's life. She fears Joss will ruin her life if she's not stopped. Joss makes demands. Joss shows up at the warehouse to see Jason, who is with Britt. She coldly tells Britt to get out as she has business with Jason. Annoyed, Britt leaves, and Joss lashes out at Jason for telling her mom that she's in the WSB. Jason says he couldn't let Carly be manipulated by Jack, who kept putting her in danger. However, he did tell Carly that she had to keep Joss's cover to protect her. Joss says now her mom is trying to save her by teaming up with Valentine. Jason is floored and notes Valentine must have a way to get Joss out of the WSB, which is why Carly is helping him. He asks if she's told anyone about this, or if she will. Joss can't tell anyone, as her mom will go to prison for helping Valentine. Joss insists her mom will listen to Jason, so he has to convince her to drop Valentine. Jack gets a wake-up call. Britt goes back to her office to find an unhappy Jack waiting for her. He wants updates on Faison's project and threatens to charge her for her crimes at the Five Poppies if she doesn't cooperate. She tells him that he's the least of her problems, as Cullen is Sidewell's partner. He's a double agent and the real enemy. Jack thinks she's bluffing, but she informs him that Cullen has been sabotaging him since day one, which is why all his missions have failed. Jack asks if Cullen knows about Joss. Britt doubts it, as she'd be dead by now. Jack says she's not off the hook, and he still wants updates. He storms out. Britt then heads to Crimson and learns from Obrecht that Nathan and Maxie have agreed to part ways, and Nathan has feelings for Lulu. Obrecht vows that as of today, she will no longer meddle in her son's life. After much pushing from her friends, Trina agrees to sing at Charlie's open mic night. Gio makes an announcement to the entire Surf Lodge, which breaks out in applause. Obrecht tells Nathan she wants him to be safe, but for now she's off. Britt chases her out, saying, "You're traveling? You could have started out with that." Nathan brings up what a coincidence it is that his mother got invited to this conference and won't be around to interfere, as if someone with connections arranged this. Nina says such a person must love him very much, and they embrace. Outside the office, Obrecht tells Britt she's not concerned, believing Nathan will never come between Lulu and Maxie and will bow out gracefully. At her office, Maxie informs Lulu she's not going to give her permission to see Nathan. Heartbroken, Lulu believes they can get past this, but Maxie says, "You think?" Lulu states she might not believe it now, but she hopes she will eventually. Lulu then departs. Maxie looks at a family photo of Spinelli and her kids. Jack calls Melinda, the WSB director in Belgium, and needs a favor. He asks that this stay a secret, and he needs Cullen's itinerary and expense reports for the last 3 years. At the warehouse, Jason asks Joss if she told her mom about Cullen. Joss says she didn't. To distract her, she told her mom she was targeting Sonny and people like him. Jason is aghast and says Brennan is manipulating her by using Sonny. She reminds Jason that he was her age when Sonny made him a life-changing job offer. Jason states, "I made my choice," and Joss replies, "So did I." He told her that she made a mistake. Again, she tells him to make sure her mom cuts Valentine loose. Joss storms out. Finally, Carly tells Valentine that he has to leave, but he refuses. He says they are partners, and he won't leave her to take care of Jack, Sidewell, and Cullen on her own. Carly grabs Valentine and pulls him into a passionate kiss, which quickly escalates to the bedroom. On the next General Hospital, Valentine asks Carly if this was a mistake, and Jack warns Joss that things just got a lot more dangerous for her. Nathan West. Handsome. A man of the law. He seemed, on the surface, like a perfect match for Lulu. He was steady where she was impulsive. He was calm where she was a storm. To Lulu, Nathan represented something she desperately craved: stability. After years of turmoil with Dante, after the pain of her past, Nathan was a safe harbor. And in the beginning, who could blame her for seeking that? We all want our friends to find happiness, don't we? We want them to find that person who looks at them like they're the only one in the room. But for Maxie, watching from the sidelines, that smile on Lulu's face was hiding a ticking bomb. Because Maxie knew something that Lulu, blinded by new love, refused to see. Maxie knew the family Nathan came from. She knew the secrets, and more importantly, she knew that a man cannot be separated from his blood. This is the part of the story that will resonate with anyone who has ever truly loved a friend. Maxie was trapped. She was trapped in what we might call the friend zone trap, but not the kind you're thinking of. This was the trap of loving someone so much that you're terrified of losing them by telling them the truth. every time she saw Lulu and Nathan together, she felt a knot in her stomach. She saw the sweetness, yes, but she also saw the potential for a devastating explosion. She would lie awake at night wrestling with the questions we all ask ourselves. Do I stay quiet and let my friend make a mistake? Or do I speak up and risk being labeled the jealous, bitter friend who can't stand to see them happy? For a while, the fear of losing Lulu's friendship won. Maxie smiled, she nodded, she pretended to be happy. But as we know, a truth buried alive always grows. It festers, and eventually it becomes so big that it can no longer be contained. The moment of truth was coming, and it was going to be ugly. But sometimes the most beautiful thing you can do for someone is get ugly on their